Now we are going to understand another topic. The economic activities are now further, or business activities are further being differentiated. Business activities, okay, these are differentiated into two aspects. One is industry, another is commerce. Okay. Industry is that form of business activities which are involved in conversion of raw material into finished product, okay, which can be either a final product to be consumed by consumer, final consumer, or a product which will be further processed in industry to make it feasible for final consumption by ultimate consumer. ओके, तो यहाँ आपके पास इंडस्ट्री की हमने डेफिनेशन ली है. इंडस्ट्री इज बेसिकली इन्वॉल्व विद प्रोडक्शन ऑफ goods and services by conversion of raw material into finished product, by conversion of raw material into finished product, okay, which can be used as a final. मतलब कुछ आपके पास था, कोई प्रोडक्ट प्रोड्यूस होके आया, ओके, और वो सीधा कंज्यूम हो गया, ओके, फाइनल प्रोडक्ट कंज्यूम्ड बाय द कंज्यूमर, फाइनल कंज्यूमर, या फिर जो आपने प्रोड्यूस किया वो किसी और इंडस्ट्रियल यूनिट ने उसे फर्दर प्रोसेस किया, ओके, जिस तरह से उसको फिजिबल बनाया फॉर फाइनल कंजम्पशन बाय द अल्टीमेट कंज्यूमर. ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल, one is that in case of your that you have a fish, okay, fish being caught and processed, okay, and caught and processed for consumption by consumer. ठीक है जी, फ्रेश फिश है, आपने अभी उसे कैच किया फ्रॉम अ पॉन्ड, आपने उसको थोड़ा सा प्रोसेस किया एंड यू ब्रॉट इट इनटू द मार्केट फॉर सेल पर्पस. तो ये एक इंडस्ट्री का पार्ट है. मतलब आपका काम था फिशी कल्चर का, आप फिशेस को फिश प्रोडक्शन में थे, आप क्या कर रहे हो, डेली कुछ फिश को कैच करके लाते हो पॉन्ड में से, फ्रेश वाटर पॉन्ड में से, एंड यू आर सेलिंग दैट इन फिश मार्केट, ओके, टू द अल्टीमेट कंज्यूमर. तो ये आपके पास पहला सेट ऑफ एग्जांपल के सीधा रॉ मटेरियल को आपने फिनिश प्रोडक्ट में कन्वर्ट किया एंड यू हैव प्रोवाइडेड इट टू द कंज्यूमर फॉर कंजम्पशन। या फिर आपके पास जो सेकेंडरी इंडस्ट्री है, ओके, सेकेंडरी इंडस्ट्री में क्या है, आप फिश लेकर आए, सेकेंडरी इंडस्ट्री ने उसे फर्दर प्रोसेस किया, कोल्ड स्टोरेज में ट्रांसफ़र किया, ओके, और उसको पैक करके मार्केटिंग की टू दी कंज्यूमर इन फार एंड वाइड नेशंस, वो आपके पास दूसरा प्रोसेस हो गया, ओके। तो वो फिर फाइनली पहुंची आपके कंज्यूमर के पास। तो हम इंडस्ट्री को दो हिस्सों में बांट देते हैं, दो या तीन हिस्सों में बांट लेते हैं। एक है प्राइमरी इंडस्ट्री, दूसरी है हमारे पास सेकेंडरी इंडस्ट्री, और तीसरी है हमारे पास टर्शियरी इंडस्ट्री, ओके। एंड प्राइमरी इंडस्ट्री। नाउ प्राइमरी इंडस्ट्री इज द बेसिक इंडस्ट्री, the industry where the activities are related to natural extraction and production, okay। वो सारी की सारी जो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स, प्लांट्स वगैरह से लिंक्ड अप इंडस्ट्री है, वो किस में आती है, आपके प्राइमरी इंडस्ट्री में है। तो हमने प्राइमरी इंडस्ट्री को दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड कर दिया। वन इज एक्सट्रैक्टिव इंडस्ट्री, okay, and another is genetic industry, okay। So extractive industry is that industry which extracts raw material from the earth, okay, like oil, sand, marble, limestone, okay, and such aspects. So these are extracted from the earth, okay, or from various aspects, earth, from the earth, like sea, water, sea is there, or land is there. So we are surface of the, beneath the surface of the earth, we are extracting, like we are extracting fish from river, okay, minerals from earth, okay. So fish is extracted, or minerals, fish is extracted from the earth, or from the sea water, or we can say minerals, because they are naturally produced. You are not actually producing them, you are naturally, you are having the availability of those goods naturally, okay. And now whatever the minerals or whatever the products which are available naturally beneath the surface of the earth, and you are extracting them for supplying to for further consumption, they are coming under the definition of extractive industry. Now talking about the genetic industry, okay, these are this industry is engaged, okay, it is engaged in breeding or rearing animals and plants, animals and plants, okay. So whatever the plants you are growing, whatever the animals like pig is being produced, or poultry products are being produced, or fish is being produced in freshwater ponds, okay, and through reproduction process, okay, they are being they are breeding or rearing through reproduction process is there. Cattle breeding is there. So all they are coming under the genetic industry. So there are two types of industries. One is extractive, which is extracting the raw material or the natural products beneath the surface of the earth for further consumption, and another is that you are rearing or breeding the animals or plants through reproduction process and then supplying into the market for consumption. So that is what the genetic industry is all about. Now talking about secondary industry. Okay. So the another industry is your second one is secondary industry is. Okay. These are industrial units who get raw material from primary industry for further processing and providing final product for human consumption. Okay, so these are getting the raw material from the primary industries, and they are processing these raw material which they have received from primary industries and converting them into the final goods which will be consumed by the human beings for satisfying their demands and needs. Okay, now these are divided into two different aspects. One is your manufacturing industry, okay, and other part is your construction industry. Okay, manufacturing industry and construction industry. Now, manufacturing is basically all those industries which are engaged in processing of raw material and converting them into finished products for final consumption. That is coming under the definition of manufacturing industry. Okay, so for example, cotton, raw cotton which we are getting from primary industry, we are converting that cotton into thread, and from that thread we are converting that into cloth, and from the cloth we are converting them into a wearable unstitched cloth, and then into a wearable cloth, okay, as per the designs and size and shapes and whatever the color combination required. So that is the part of manufacturing industry, where you have got the product from the primary industry, the raw material, you processed it to produce the thread, you then produce the cloth, unstitched cloth, and then you converted that unstitched cloth into the stitched cloth, which is wearable, okay, as per the design and requirements of the individuals. So that is the part of manufacturing industry. Now this manufacturing industry is being divided into four different categories. One is your analytical industry. Okay. Second one is your synthetic industry. Third one is your processing industry. And fourth one is your assembling industry. Okay. So manufacturing industry is analyzed into four different parts. Okay. So first one is your analytical industry. For example, oil industry is there. You get the crude oil. You get that analyzed into different categories. Means we are getting out of it aviation fuel, heavy oil, diesel, petrol, then wax is there, okay, which is used for construction of roads and other things. So we are getting various products. From one product we have received various products. We analyzed that into different categories, into different parts, and got separate finished products out of that. This is coming under the definition of analytical industry. You must have studied analytical tower of petroleum in previous class, in class 10th or class 9. Okay, so that is extraction of various finished products from one single product. Okay, that is crude oil. We are getting heavy oil, we are getting aviation fuel, we are getting kerosene, we are getting diesel, we are getting wax. So that is what the analytical industry is. Okay. Then we are having the synthetic industry. Here what we are doing is we are combining 2 or 3 different chemicals together and producing a new product out of that. Okay. Or we are combining 2 or 3 different raw materials, we are producing one single product. Like cement is there, that is a part of synthetic industry. Here we are using coal, limestone, then we are using the ash. Okay, so we are combining them together and they are finally, like stone is there, and we say gaggal patthar is there. So stone, limestone, coal, and thermal ash from thermal plant is being used. They are mixed together and we form one product which is known as cement, which is used for construction activities. So that is synthetic industry. Or paint which we are producing, that is part of synthetic industry. Okay, so this is what the synthetic industry is. Then processing industry. The processing industry is that we are processing the product at various stages. Like in sugar cane industry, it is a processing industry. Okay, here what we are doing is that we are processing the extract from the sugar cane. Okay, that is being, out of that extract we get the molasses. Okay, we get the sugar separate, and sugar is then the molasses is being used for the purpose of making alcohol, ethyl alcohol, which is drinkable alcohol is there, that is being produced from molasses. Okay, so that is what the processing industry is. So this is where a product is going to, like paper industry or sugar industry, they are coming under the definition of, or food processing industries are there, they are coming under the definition of processing industry. Then there is another aspect, that is assembling industry. Now automobile industry, in automobile industry you have tires being produced by some industrial organization, you are computer chips by somebody, lights and the plastic which is produced by somebody. Okay, plastic board which is dashboards which are provided in the vehicle by somebody. Then leather seats, leather covers, foot mat, music system, all these are produced by different organizations, but they are being brought at one level, one point, like in Maruti or in Tata or in Hyundai, and they are being assembled together and being then presented as one unit. Dell is also doing such thing. So Dell is getting the parts, computer parts from various companies and combining it together and giving you a combined unit which is known as computer. Okay, so that is what the assembling industry is basically concerned with. Okay, and after this comes the construction industry. Okay, construction industry is an industry which is involved in construction of schools, buildings, hospitals, restaurants, roads, bridges, and powerhouses. So that is, and it is using the raw material from manufacturing industry like cement, like steel, like gravel, like sand. Okay, so all these things from primary, from secondary are being used by construction industry and help us in getting a final product in the form of building or bridge or road or shipping ports or an airport. So all these are coming under the definition of construction industry. Okay, then there comes another industry which is known as your tertiary industry. Okay, that is tertiary industry is, okay, sometimes we get confused with commerce. Tertiary industry and commerce is there, like transportation, banking, insurance, warehousing, communication, all these are. So commerce is, yes, we know that commerce includes the distribution of goods and services. Okay, so tertiary industry is part of that commerce, because in industry we can't just depend upon two aspects, that is primary and secondary. We need the support service of this tertiary industry, which is also considered as commerce, the trading activities. Okay, so we need transport trucks for transportation, we need bank for financing all the production activities, we need insurance to safeguard the industry or the plant, the employees, the raw material, the finished products. Okay, we need communication services to know what has been happening or what is happening at various levels. So that is what tertiary industry is all about. So tertiary industry is an industrial aspect of the aspect which provides support to primary and secondary industry to function smoothly and grow its activities. Okay, it involves services from banks, insurance companies, okay, transport companies, or communication. Okay, so that all is coming under the definition of tertiary industry. Okay, now after this we are going to discuss another element which is known as commerce. Okay, so commerce is all those activities, those activities which involves sale goods and services. Okay, all of goods and services are covered in the definition of commerce. Okay, so commerce is all those activities which are involved sale of the product, okay, finished product, or which involves transfer of the goods or exchange of services are coming under the definition of your commerce. Okay, so commerce का basic job क्या है? To procure the goods and supply them at right place, at right time, at right price. That is coming under the definition of right place, right quantity and right time. That is coming under the definition of commerce. तो main job commerce का है product procure करना right quantity में, right time पे और right place पे provide करना, या right place से product को procure करना या right place पे पहुंचाना, ये दोनों काम commerce के हैं। right time पे पहुंचाना ये भी काम commerce का, और right quantity of product provide करना ये भी काम किसका है? कॉमर्स का है। सो ये सारी हिंड्रेंसेस ऑब्स्टेकल्स को रिमूव करने की जॉब जो है किसी पार्ट ऑफ बिजनेस में, उसे क्या कहते हैं हम, या इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज में उसे हम बोलते हैं कॉमर्स एक्टिविटीज। ओके, सो देयर आर वेरियस टाइप्स ऑफ हिंड्रेंसेस, you are facing various types of obstacles of person, place, time, finances, information, risk. So various types of hurdles are place, person, time, financial risk, financial problems, then communication problems, and the risks of losing the money or losing the goods that are coming that are being faced by a business. And the job of commerce is to remove all these hindrances and provide the products at the place to the people at the time in the quantity which they need for consumption. That is what the job of commerce is. Okay, so first function of, so we will discuss now the functions of commerce. Okay, so functions of commerce. Function of commerce is, first function is to remove hurdle of place. Okay, first function of commerce is to remove the hurdle of place. So जो geographical separation है, प्रोडक्ट हिसार में प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है मगर कंज्यूम उसे सिलीगुड़ी में होना है। ओके, तो आपके पास प्लेस की प्रॉब्लम हो गई कि मतलब आप कैसे वहां तक पहुंचाओगे कि प्रोडक्ट तो वहां कंज्यूम होना है। तो यहाँ जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सर्विसेज हैं कॉमर्स की, वो हेल्प करती हैं प्रोडक्ट को वहां तक पहुंचाने में जहां इसे कंज्यूम होना है, उस मार्केट तक पहुंचाने में प्रोडक्ट को प्रोवाइड करती हैं जहां इसे कंज्यूम होना है। So that is the first basic hurdle which they are removing, is that they are making the product available at the place where it has to be consumed. And who is doing this role, who is playing this role? That is transportation. Transportation is playing the role of transporting the goods from the place of production to the place of consumption in the required time period. That is what the first, that is how the first hurdle is being removed by the by removing the hurdle of persons, it is bringing together various individuals at one place in one market and helping us settle a deal between two individuals. Okay, तो कॉमर्स का बेसिक फंक्शन क्या है? ये आपका जो ट्रेडिंग का हिंड्रेंस है, ट्रेड के थ्रू एक हिंड्रेंस जो इंडिविजुअल्स का है कि मैंने प्रोडक्ट तो प्रोड्यूस कर लिया बट मैं किसको बेचूंगा, तो एक मार्केट एरिया क्रिएट करते हैं जहाँ पे बहुत बायर एंड सेलर इंटरेक्ट करते हैं एक दूसरे के साथ. दे कम क्लोजर टू ईच अदर, दे talk to each other, communicate with each other, they settle the terms and condition of supplying the goods and services, and thus that problem of your finding out the consumer or finding out the seller or buyer for the product is being removed with the help of commerce. So the next hurdle which the commerce is removing is that is of the persons. Okay, so they are bringing two different parties, one the buyer and another the seller, to at one closer to each other at one particular place that is known as a market space, and they are helping them settle down the deal between them to purchase and sell the goods and services. So that hurdle is known as hurdle of trade, that is being sorted out by the commerce. Then next is the hindrance of time. Okay. The another problem which we are facing is, which a business faces, is that you need the product at the time when it is in demand in the market. Okay, आपने प्रोडक्ट गर्मियों में प्रोड्यूस किया, कंज्यूम करना था, मगर वो पहुंच सर्दियों में रहा है. आपका बर्थडे आज है मगर केक कल पहुंच रहा है. ओके, आपको ड्रेस आज चाहिए मगर आपको कल पहुंच रही है. आज की डेट में जैसे वैक्सीन आज चाहिए बट वो मिल नहीं रही है, तो वो बड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो रही है. आपको पीपीई किट्स चाहिए या फेस मास्क चाहिए या सैनिटाइजर्स चाहिए या ग्लव्स चाहिए या फेस शीट्स चाहिए, जो अभी की रिक्वायरमेंट है वो नहीं मिल रही, तो उस प्रोडक्ट का बाद में आने का क्या बेनिफिट जब बहुत सारा नुकसान हो जाता है. ओके, सो कॉमर्स इज हेल्पिंग इन सॉर्टिंग आउट दैट प्रॉब्लम, that they are making you available the goods at the time when they are required. तो इसके लिए वो क्या कर रहे हैं, स्टोरेज एंड वेयर हाउसिंग की फैसिलिटी क्रिएट करते हैं कि प्रोडक्ट्स कभी भी आपको चाहिए तो वो ऑलरेडी इन एडवांस प्रोड्यूस करके स्टोरेज सेंटर्स में पाइल अप कर दिए जाते हैं, वेयर हाउसेज में पाइल अप कर दिए जाते हैं, एंड दे आर सप्लाइड देन टू द फाइनल कंज्यूमर एट द टाइम व्हेन इट इज required. So that is how the hurdle of time is being sorted out by the commerce, that the products are, the demand for the products is being collected in advance, they are being produced in advance, and then they are being stored in the warehouses and supplied to the consumer at the time when they are in need of. Like books are being published before the start of the session and stored in the warehouses, and when they are required they will be transported to various destinations for the educational purposes. That is what the hurdle of, that is how the hurdle of time is being reduced. Okay, then hindrance of finance is there. Hindrance of finance is there. Okay, the another problem any business is going to face is that they need money to carry out the business activities, like to purchase the raw material, to carry out the production activities, to transport the goods, to storage and warehousing of the goods. They have to sell those goods on credit basis. So all that, for all that they need money. Okay, and to sort out this problem of requirement of money for the business organizations, for the industry, banks plays an important role. They are helping you get sufficient amount of funds which are required for carrying out the business activities from time to time, and hence your requirement of money is being sorted out. So that is the another important aspect, which is finance, and this finance problem is being handled by bank or financial institutions, and they are providing you sufficient amount of funds in the form of foreign exchange for export and import services, or in the form of loans for domestic services, and thus helps you in sorting out that problem. Okay, then there is hindrance of risk. Okay, another is that hindrance of risk is there. Now, various types of risks are being faced by any business organization. They are facing the risk of poor quality product. The goods are being sent back, like we have sent back PPE kits and masks or various testing kits back to China for the poor quality or poor performance of those kits. Many countries have sent it back to China, so that is a risk. Okay, another risk can be that your goods are spoiled during the voyage, they have met an accident, okay, or somebody has stolen the goods during the voyage. So all these are risks, and these risks are being covered with the help of your insurance companies. So insurance companies provide you a cover for a certain amount of fees they are charging to provide you security against the losses which might be possible during the voyage or for carrying out the business activities. Okay, so when you are carrying out the production in the plant, even you need insurance services. So when you are transporting the goods or storing the finished goods in warehouses, you need something to safeguard them against the risk of certain types of losses like theft, fire, and spillage. So insurance companies are providing you the cover against those risks. Okay, and the last is the hindrance of information. Okay, so hindrance of information is that you are not having the awareness about the product, what product you are producing. Okay, what product is being produced by various companies, what are their qualities, what are their features, what will be their price, when they will be available in the market, how I can purchase them. So all that information is lack of information can fail any product. So through advertisement or through communication systems, we are making people aware through TV advertisement, through FM advertisement, through newspaper advertisement or magazine advertisement. So various types of advertisement channels are there. Through those advertisements, through various websites, we provide the information as to what products are being produced by various companies, what are their features, what are their qualities, when that product will be available, at what price that product will be available, how that product is going to serve your interest. So all that is basic information is being provided so that the product can attract the required number of consumers and can be sold easily in the market. So that is what the another important thing is. So this hindrance of information is removed with the help of advertisement in the market. So these are the various functions of commerce. Now further we will discuss various branches of commerce, means trade and auxiliaries to trade. Then we will discuss objectives of business. Okay, what are the various social, economic and personal objectives of business, and what is business risk in the remaining lecture. Okay, so this is all for this lecture. Thanks.